Content Catchup.
Friends and enemies, welcome back. Did you miss us?
I missed us.
I missed us as well. Barks, it's good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Julian. Good to see you too. Good to be back. Had a bit of a hiatus, didn't we?
We did, unplanned hiatus, but forgive us, all our loyal listeners, but it has been a hectic couple of weeks. We have finished off an AFLW season and we've kicked off an AFL season. Had our first game on Thursday night, which is about a week ago, and by the time you're listening to this podcast, we'll be gearing up for our second game, round 2. There we go.
Time flies in footy.
Footy.
It's pretty hectic, isn't it, though? How are you, though? How have you been? Talk to me.
Good. I feel, and I want to get your thoughts on this, but do you feel like this has been a more hectic start to the year than previously?
Don't know. I feel like it's been... No, not necessarily. I feel like it's always obviously busy, a bit hectic in nature, but I think it would have been if AFLW made finals, which we unfortunately didn't, but I don't think so, to answer your question. Why? You feeling it?
I feel like, and maybe it's just me, but I feel as though the start to this year, in particular in the lead up to round 1, there has been more going on. Like, in terms of people, I think everyone's forgotten how to deal with crowds. And everyone was like running around thinking,
freaks people out a bit, doesn't it?
We've actually got to like sell tickets and stuff, don't we? So that's what I mean. I think it's been a bit busier in that sense, but enjoyable as well. I wanted to say it's very kind of self-serving, but a congratulations to our whole team, our whole Carlton team and every other content team for an outstanding season of AFLW. I think everyone lifted their game in terms of content. And I think it shows that like everyone's like putting in more effort and seeing the rewards of it as well. We're seeing so much good content over the season. So well done to everyone involved in that.
I think that's a good shout, actually, because I remember in years gone by that you could tell that, I don't want to say it was an afterthought or a second thought, but you could tell that the input into, let's be honest, the input into content didn't feel there across the league. But I do think you're right. I think it's been quite impressive. There's been a lot more higher standard over the board, and I think also good to see some longer form pieces as well. Like I think Collingwood released one, which just goes to show I think there's a bit more input and belief from the footy department to actually tell the stories of the AFLW world. So yeah, I think it's a good point.
Absolutely. That being said, let's roll into some content. We've got plenty to bring you today. So
yes, full
Barks, do you want to
don't we?
kick us off?
Yeah, I'll kick us off. So, Julian, you know this week, well, actually lately a bit, I've been interested in the Premier timeline. And I know you love
Loves
this.
the Premier timeline, this boy.
It's not always about me. It's just got a bit of a lead into a question I'll ask you after this. But I saw another example during the week that gives you a bit of insight into the effort that goes into a good video. Now, let me show you this one. So this one's from, and apologies to the listeners, this is very much a visual example of content, but we might be able to show a snippet in the audio version just to appreciate what I'm talking about. But basically, our boy Ethan here, producer for South Carolina, new and creative media. I'm not sure what teams he's from, but softball actually. There you go, softball one for once.
Gamecock
softball. So he's posted a timeline on Twitter, and he's just said that he wanted to post the whole, I think it's a hype video for the softball season, but he wanted to post the whole video, but the copyright claims on Instagram basically cut out the song. But it's actually worked wonders for him. Huh?
Oh, shit, I said.
Okay. Oh, thought something happened. You right? Anyway,
no, I'm just enjoying.
Without a song, look at the timeline firstly. Bloody beautiful on the people on YouTube. If you can appreciate a good Premiere timeline, I'm a fan of yours. But give it a watch. So this is just a good example of, you might see a hype video for a start of a season or something. You're like, oh God, that's a good video. But what actually goes into it in terms of sound design? So let's focus on sound design. What actually goes into it to tell the story and actually make a good video. So let's just give this a watch.
Another double for Cupid.
Tag and score. She's safe. The Gamecocks walk it off.
Fabian fires to second, and she will slide into third with a triple. Field White on the run, pulls it in. Strike 3 called. Kumiyama, it's gone! Walks it off for the Gamecocks.
You can probably get the gist of it after about 30 seconds, but I just enjoyed watching you sit there. I enjoy it. But how impressive is that? So like, so without watching what actually goes into each one of these individual clips, again, visual example, sorry listeners, but each one of these individual clips are what I'm going to assume as externally sourced sound bites or sound effects that you have to match to the vision. I just think that's really cool. Or is this just the video nerd in me appreciating it?
No, I think it is really cool. I think it's impressive to see like the effort that goes into ensuring that a video has like a lot of, I don't know, like it has the right balance of sound and whatnot. Like you can probably get away without doing a lot of this, but I imagine that like the finished product is 10 times better when it's got all those little things that you subconsciously pick up on, like the light flaring or the energy zaps or like the way that the commentary fades in. It's almost more impressive to hear it without the music.
That's what I mean. That's what I thought. He said he's posted sort of saying, I wish he could have posted it with the song, but it just goes to show how much effort he's put in or what they actually create without the song. But the question coming from this, Jules, is what in our jobs do you think takes more time than most people realize? I'll put you on the spot a bit, but from the video side of things, I want to say choosing music, choosing the song takes so bloody long, and it pisses me off. And the second is subtitles. Subtitles, if you put subtitles on all social videos, but they're two things that came to the top of my head. I don't know if you've got anything for the listeners, but something from our jobs that maybe people don't appreciate or realize takes a fair bit of time.
I'm with you on the music one.
Fuck the music. What do you mean? Me and you come to blows over
we
music.
Always argue. Yeah, we always argue about music, and that's an insight into our relationship. I think music's a big one because like you're trying to pick music that appeals to so many different people, but also keeps the energy of the clip, I guess. I think the other one is sorting through photos. I don't think people realize
great one
how long that takes.
How many photos get taken? Yeah.
Yeah, how many photos you take and how many get burnt. The last one for me, writing captions, like social copy, you can either be done really quickly or it can be done in a way that's like once you're good at it, it's like anything, right? Like once you're good at it, you can like mindlessly type something and it just makes it like go. But I think like that's a real skill. Like writing good social copy is something that I think people don't appreciate how long and how much you think about it rather than how long it takes.
That's interesting. Do you remember in our Perth trip in the hub, early Jules and Michael relationship, we were sitting there after. It was literally like late. It was close to midnight at an airport, and we were just sitting there. And you were posting like the final score graphic or something, and I looked over at your phone. And I'm like, Jules, do you overthink captions, or do you just go screw it? Do you remember your response? You said you don't think about it at all. You said you just fire them off.
And that's what I mean because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah,
and I'm confident with like the tone that Carlton has, or the tone that like I can at least convey. I don't think about it too much, but would I write better social captions if I thought about it more? Fuck yeah! Like,
I don't know if I agree with that. There's an art
to writing short copy. Yeah, I think there is. Like,
go on.
What do you mean?
Well, no, why
don't you think?
If you're so confident in the tone of Carlton and what you want to put out there that you don't have to think about it and you just go bang and get it out there, I think that means it shows how confident. Well, it shows. Yeah, how comfortable and confident you are with it, that it will be better than a thought out overthought caption. Personally.
Yeah. But it takes time to learn it takes time to learn the brand, I guess, and the tone.
Yeah.
That's probably more what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Oh, well, good answer. That's quite interesting. And I think that little example sort of shows that there are a lot of things that, I don't know, effort goes into that people might not realize.
I've got another quick one that I think will be relevant to you, but particularly when it comes to like advertising, or like when we say, can you make pre-roll or post-roll, whatever it might be for us, choosing 15 seconds of usable footage that still like conveys what you're trying to do. Yeah. I think that's difficult as well.
That's very hard. Luckily, you're quite good. You generally do that though. Like you'll give me time codes. Anyway, we're getting to the nuts and bolts of this.
Getting into it.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yes, let's move on. Now, our fans would have seen us tweet this already, but it doesn't mean it's still not good. Okay, so we've seen a number of these like planted things come through, haven't we? In recent times, we've seen they do it often in America with the mascots' interaction with like fans, where the popcorn's being thrown or someone proposes and doesn't go right, or the kiss cam or whatever that is, like plants. Then you brought an example of that NRL photographer that ended up being a dancer.
That you despised.
And I despised it because it was like, oh, this has been done before. This is horrible. Like, not horrible, sorry, but it's just an unoriginal use of a organic bit of content.
Yeah. Good word there, actually. Organic.
Yeah. This was the round one game in the AFL, Richmond versus Carlton. For those who are not familiar with AFL, every game starts with a toss of the coin to determine which team kicks which direction. Simple mechanism, really, when you think about it. Can't go wrong.
Talk us through it.
Talk us through it. So for those not watching on YouTube or at home just listening, the two captains come to the center of the ground. The umpire hands this bloke in a black PUMA tracksuit, and it's important that you note that it's a PUMA tracksuit.
Well, it's a full PUMA kit. He's decked out in matching
full PUMA kit
tracksuit.
Full kit wanker. Hands him the coin, and this guy proceeds to take this as the most serious coin toss of his life, like full wind up, like but then just gets caught looking in the sky, like loses the coin. And you can see the captains here having a bit of a chuckle beforehand. I don't know if they were worded up or whatever it is about it.
This is what I want to know.
Sensational.
This is what I want to know, because I think most of us, like, you could tell something was up, but by the raw reactions on this tweet, people don't think it's set up at all.
Well, we have a bit of an inside word here. And I don't think PUMA would mind us sharing it, because they've actually come out with the whole video.
Posted it,
and also I was standing next to our good friend of the show, Fran, who manages the PUMA partnership.
She spoiled it for you.
And well, I didn't see it, but she came up and she showed me on her phone, and I was pissing myself laughing. So the PUMA put out this whole like content piece around it, which is brilliant. Around like how he's trained for this moment, how he's a professional coin tosser, all this kind of shit. It goes for about 2.5 minutes. We don't need to watch the whole thing. We'll link it. Suggest you watch it though. It is brilliant. Like the effort that they've gone to like produce this is outstanding. And I've got to give shout out to TLA. I think are the people that manage it. I think it might actually be Simon Love. Is that his name?
Oh, I'm not familiar with. Yeah, I'm not sure. But just to confirm, so it's just a setup stunt with this comedian.
It is a setup stunt.
I don't know.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a.
Let's give it a click. Come on, give it a click.
All right, it's just tailed him as a professional coin flipper. I'll give you some stuff.
Coin tossing is an art. How long have I been flipping coins? My whole life, really. I've been flipping since I was
Mark
born.
Penny, his name is
Exciting to be the
brilliant.
very first sponsored coin flipper in Australia. Thank you very much to PUMA for getting on board. They recognised my talent and they wanted to get behind me. I think they like to invest in celebrities and superstars before they really reach it because, my value is only going to go up after this game. It's only going to go up. It's a good coin. That's a good toss. That's a good
It's
toss.
a brilliant bit of content. We don't need to watch too much more. He's a funny guy. I think his real name is Jackson Tozer by the looks of it.
Yeah.
That first comment.
Yeah, give it a watch
But again,
because it's quite clever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's I guess we'll find out if he's a known actor / comedian. There you go.
There you go. I think it's just, I really liked, so when you brought up that example of the NRL photographer, I like the idea. I like it. I just hate the same executions being done all the time.
Yeah.
So this is clever. This is very clever.
No, I can totally appreciate it. I really love this.
And it's all over the broadcast. People are picking it up, like organically sharing it. Like you said, they don't think that it's a plant. So this has got to be one of the best executions of this.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You scroll Twitter when this is happening. It's all people were talking about. All eyes on PUMA.
Yeah.
Everything. Like that's why they do it. Like it's all everybody was talking about. It's like they didn't care about the start of the game anymore for that. Whatever 20 seconds. But worth it.
Exactly. So well played, PUMA and TLA. Well done.
Really well played. And if
you want to sponsor us.
Don't know why it's sponsor us. This one was, I don't think this one was set up, but take it back years ago because I sort of got lost in a Twitter thread. This was another example, another round one match, I think. So there's another coin toss, Mark Murphy, Trent Cotchin, all this years ago. This guy does it, and I think he actually loses it. So just a bit of a funny one. There's another fan that did it. Wasn't set up in any way, I don't think, but he tosses the coin up and seems to lose it in the air, which I thought was quite ironic.
This guy looks like he's had a few, though, to be fair.
He's got some sunnies on, Jules. He might be, who knows? He might have eye issues. Anyway, good find. Let's move on. Let's move on to content number 3 for this week. We'll fly through it. So I want to, this one was actually brought to my attention from Darren. Shouts, Darren. Love you. Hope you're well. See you soon, hopefully. Are you gonna plug Darren's new drawing Instagram as well while you're at Daz Draws? Yeah, so Darren does similar sketches to our professional animator and sketcher.
Oh, much better than
Julian
mine.
Wallace. No, I'll just give you a bit of love. So similar style to the sketches you've probably seen on our Instagram page mainly, but Darren does it. Drawn by Daz, I think is the @ If I got that wrong, it's similar. Drawn by Daz, but give it a follow. NBA did a max.
It's nice artwork.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. Anyway, enough about that. He links me this one. During the week, Gonzaga basketball. Gonzaga.
It's March Madness, isn't it?
Yeah, so they... Don't ask me why. You want to talk about stupid rights, like stupid broadcast... Fucking stupid broadcast rights. Gonzaga basketball can't post highlights. I didn't look into it, but they can't post highlights of their own game. Do you hear me, Julian? How stupid is that? Anyway.
That's silly, isn't it?
So instead of getting pissed off like myself here, they've used it as a creative opportunity. And look what they've been doing to try to... This is live tweeting, by the way. So they've just made cutouts of the players and reenacted scores. So a quick example here. They've got like...
It's only a matter of time.
That is clever. That is very clever.
They've got printout...
Well played.
Cardboard things on paddle pop sticks, sort of reenacting the play through a net with the commentary over it. But that one was good. This one was sort of noting in their tweet, note, this is only a reenactment. We are not allowed to post highlights, but this is just as good. I want to show you another one because I think this one here was my favorite. Sorry, bear with me, just loading. I think this one, they've printed out the massive, almost bobblehead style of the players. Yeah. So they've got the staff members to do the plays, and they're just reenacting like a really... No, it's just a dunk, but it's just poorly done on purpose. I just thought that's really cool. Like, I don't know why they can't post
I think it's really clever.
Yeah.
That's adapting to, like, what you can and can't do, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Using
6 seconds as well. I wonder what the turnaround is.
Well, this is what I was wondering. I assume they'd have to do it pre-game, and obviously, do you wait until someone dunks it, or you just do player by player and like even like a?
I reckon you just go out there and film it.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like they'd be not at the game and they're just at their practice hall?
Or they've got people back at home that are sending stuff back.
Yeah. No, just a really cool piece of content, really. So I wanted to shout them out, but get creative, people.
Yeah.
That's
like
it. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Last one from me, and it doesn't need any examples. Well, I just want to get your thoughts on this, but it's a bit of a conversation starter.
Yeah, you're obsessed with your game day graphics.
I'm obsessed with my game day graphics, but noticeably there has been now more of a trend to really custom, high-end, unique game day graphics. I brought an example 2 weeks ago of West Ham and Liverpool, that example. We've seen a lot of other basketball teams actually go down the path of creating unique game day posters, which we've spoken about before. And more recently, Collingwood are also starting to do it in our own backyard. So the
Paddy
AFL team. I just want to get your view on it. Do you think it's a good thing to like raise the standard of everything that everyone's doing, or do you think it's oversaturating the digital sphere with something that should be saved for more unique rivalries or games or like occasions?
So when you say custom, you're going back to the non-templated stuff that is...
Non-template stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so it's designed differently each week, something completely different.
Correct.
I think I like it. I think like if you've got that creative idea to go into a game day graphic, why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's my short answer. Like I don't see why not. If you've got the time to do it, yes, but is it like if you've got a flat out week and this is probably something that is going to get seen in eyeballs regardless, is it worth doing it? I don't know, but if you've got the time, then I'm all for it. What do you think?
Okay. I'm mixed on it. I love them because selfishly, like as a consumer of sports media and social sports in particular, I think they are a real difference breaker. Like their art, their genuine art, the way that these designers come up with all these different ideas. I just don't want to get sick of them. I want to like see them occasionally.
See them once,
Well, no, but like eventually like ideas are going to repeat themselves, right? Like there's going to be a stage where designers lose ideas or they just become so complex that you can't see the actual information that you want. And I've already seen a few that are like, okay, well, what the fuck is this?
so you don't want to go too...
That's what I worry about.
Yeah. So you're saying if you get locked into doing a fresh one each week and then you're going to go too overboard and force yourself into something that probably isn't worth it. But maybe that's just what they've got to decide. They've got to decide to do it if you've got the idea, or do you just resort back to a template, which is a bit awkward. But
yeah, that's my balance. And that's why I think like I really like them for particular themed rounds. Like if you've got a big rivalry, or you've got like a reunion that you're celebrating, or it's a retro round, or it's a pride round, or an indigenous round. Like I love that. I think that's really cool. I think they're a good like breaker for the norm rather than like a weekly must have. Yeah.
I think that's a good point. I think I'll always applaud trying to do something different. That's where my head straight away goes. And I don't think there's much point not nitpicking it, but like if it's something creative and different, then I'll applaud it, and that's it.
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying there. Well, interesting discussion though.
Yeah. Fans, listeners, if you've got a thought as well, love to hear it.
Always.
Hit us up in the DMs, or we might, I'll you know what, fuck this. We haven't been doing a lot for this podcast, and I'm very sorry, but I'll chuck a story up this week and I want to get your thoughts on it. I want to hear some answers.
don't throw us under the bus here. We're busy. This is part of we're giving an
busy
insight into content and lives in the footy world. We're busy, all right? So give us a break.
Busy boys.
No, I'm getting upset. Let's get onto
Upset?
some eggs, shall we? Egg of the week. Let's get into some. Let's get some negative energy flowing. I wanna hear some things that have pissed you off this week. I hope you've got something good for me.
You know what's pissed me off? I want to start off. I want to egg myself because the other day I went pretty hard at you on Teams and I didn't read the message properly.
Yeah.
So
Let's revisit that. So I don't even know.
Myself.
I don't even know what it was about. I'm going to egg you as well because sometimes just take a moment to reread the conversation. And you gave me the full caps lock response, calling me a muppet or a wanker or something.
Response, yeah.
And because you do full stops with everything, that just triples the aggression. Yeah. And
I'm really
I'd
sorry.
let you have it.
I did apologize, but I need to be better. I do apologize. I need to learn how to read stuff fully.
Learning to read will help in this.
Yeah, learning to read. Yeah. So that's my first egg myself.
That's all right. I'll accept your apology, but I will also call you an egg.
The second one, well, I'll just roll through mine.
Do it.
Footy brings out the best and the worst supporters, and I don't know whether this bloke is the best or the worst. So.
What is he doing? I saw this morning and I don't understand what his hand's doing.
For everyone listening at home and not watching, it's this unique character, and I'm all for people enjoying sport any way they want. And I don't. This is not to shame him or like whatever it is. It's just a question that this guy is booing, which everyone does, but he's doing like a turkey gobble hand at the same time. It's just
look at the young dude in the background. The white hat.
They're leaning forward for me.
You know
it's
what
just very unique.
You know what I find so funny watching back is, hang on, let me just see if it's the way it's cut, but. Oh, it is. Never mind. I thought he literally just was watching the game normally and then all of a sudden he snaps into it. But never mind. It's a jump cut. Yeah. Don't jump cut, people. Very, very good.
Very interesting way to boo someone at the ground.
We should start doing that. Like, we go somewhere. Yeah. All right, good one. I've got, NBA World again, but I'm going to give a quick egg to... basically the rules of the NBA. So Kyrie Irving, everyone knows, superstar of the league. He cannot, for those that don't know, he cannot play in home games because he's not vaccinated, COVID vaccinated. But boy, oh boy, can he sit on the bench and cheer with everyone. So he can sit there. He can be amongst his players. He can rub shoulders.
I thought he couldn't.
Now he can. So that's what I'm egging. The rules have changed that he can.
Okay, because he got fined for doing that, didn't he?
What, sitting on the bench?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a $50,000 fine.
I don't think so. I think I remember seeing a tweet or something that they were allowed, unless I'm completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Give it a quick Google, because I'm pretty sure he got a $50,000 fine for being on the bench.
But surely his team's not going to...
Or being on the team bus or something.
Maybe. Oh, for allowing...
There you go. Oh, entering the team locker room, sorry.
There you go. Yeah. So you can stand on the bench with them. They're going to rub off sweaty. He's no doubt high-fiving him, but you can't go in the locker room. It's just a bit... I don't know.
It's a bit silly, isn't it?
It's a bit silly.
But also, Kyrie, just go get vaccinated, mate.
It's a whole
different... It's not fucking hard.
Discussion, yeah. Yep. Quick on as well. During the week, Oklahoma City Thunder were playing the Memphis Grizzlies. They both walk out onto the court. They're both wearing their white tops.
Oh, no.
Egging the uniform, or whatever the proper role is, the organisers, they're having a laugh about it. So Grizzlies have to awkwardly change.
Okay, so whose home game was it?
Oklahoma. So I assume the egging's on the Grizzlies staff.
But did the Grizzlies have a spare kit if they're traveling?
Hang on. I swear they were coming out. They did. 99% sure they did. They had to change jerseys, but
Oof, that's lucky they had spare
yeah,
kit.
stuff. I feel
Otherwise,
like
down to the
NBA
local rebel to just buy.
yeah. I feel like knowing NBA, like some players literally change shoes every quarter. They'd have like double jerseys, different color jerseys,
that's
and
true.
everything.
Yeah, that's true. And if they're on the road for like a period of time, they probably bring like different versions of everything. Yeah.
It's like the jerseys or Guernseys getting ripped. You're always going to have backups.
Yeah.
Patrick Cripps style.
Very true. Patrick Cripps.
Boss me.
Let's boss. Let's talk about bosses. Do you want to kick off?
Yeah, while we're on the topic of Carlton, I just wanted to... Sam Doherty, everybody knows, returned from cancer and played in the round 1 match a week ago, even though we're recording this, it was last night. But one of these moments that you sort of just appreciate sport for being bigger than sport. So he kicks a goal in the first game back. We've seen this, but we'll just play it again because why not? These moments where the fans and especially the teammates get around said person for whatever they've gone through, it's just beautiful. I don't know about you, but I don't often feel things. Shivers.
That crowd roar was insane. I want to give another boss of this, and I think the commentator is Jason Bennett.
Yeah.
Just shut up through the whole thing.
Yeah. Great call.
Thank God that wasn't fucking BT.
Could you imagine? What do you reckon
he would have been going on.
What do you reckon he would have said during it? No, that's a good call.
Boy, he's kicked it.
Yeah, it's just good awareness, isn't it? You're obviously paid to talk, but there's times where you probably just should not talk, and that's one of them. And that was really good to see. You got
a very good lesson to any budding commentator out there. Like, silence is golden sometimes.
Hey, can we quickly speak? Yeah, agreed. Can we quickly boss Julia I don't know her last name. Used to work at Carlton, but
Montesano.
Montesano.
Get it right.
I think I'm just going off the top of my head. I think she got the gig of commentator for FIBA basketball, which is huge. So quick boss for that. Very impressive stuff.
Well done, Mont.
Especially because I don't think, to my knowledge, like she did media with us, but I didn't even know she commentated. So to get that, it's pretty.
She'd been doing some commentary through I'm going to get the name of this program wrong. It's a program that tries to put women into commentating positions. And they do a lot of traineeships. And this was a competition that she won to be the head basketball commentator. I believe she's been doing some stuff for the NBL 1. And she has WNBL. Previously done stuff for the VFLW. Oh, and WNBL, sorry. Yep. And VFLW as well. So good on you, Mont.
Boss. Congrats. Huge boss. Yeah, congrats. Boss. That's really impressive.
Mine are a little less serious than all of that. They're a little bit silly. But this first one, poor old mate, what's his name? Russell Westbrook is having a bit of a mare recently. So are the Lakers, to be fair. But he shot an air ball the other day against the Timberwolves. And Carl Anthony Townsend, is that his name?
Towns, yeah, Cat, yeah.
Towns, sorry. Carl Anthony Towns. They just like a great reaction. Just like the air ball goes by him and he gets the easy rebound or whatever you call it. I don't even know if you call it a rebound because it's just like catching the ball. And just like looks around as the camera zooms in on him. But I want to boss the Timberwolves because this takes some like guts to post to be this arrogant.
Yeah. It's very, especially for a team that's borderline playoffs. Like they're not exactly, I think from the top of my head, they're not exactly killing it. But yeah, it's just, it's the sassiness that the NBA and American world have and get away with that I don't think Australia would.
Rate it. I rate it.
He does this for like 5-10 seconds as well. It's not a quick thing. He's like he's still looking around as his teammates running up the other end of the ball. And
then I'm pretty sure there's another bit of footage with Pat Bev. He like has some sort
Oh,
of
yeah.
reaction with the
Yeah.
umpire or something.
No, it's to Westbrook again because Pat Beverly and Westbrook go way back. Like they do
Way
not
back,
like
yeah.
each other. But Westbrook does something. Oh, no, I think Beverly steals it off Westbrook, and Patrick Beverly runs down the court to his bench and yells trash, trash, and holds his nose like he's garbage.
Oh my god.
Very sassy.
Poor Russ. Poor Russ.
He's not doing
My second boss, and this is not for one particular bit of content, it's just for overall content. This is some sort of like amateur baseball team called the Sab Bananas.
Okay.
They spruik themselves as TikTok's first baseball team. So they play. So baseball's a very traditional sport, similar to cricket, from what I understand. They play in like set uniforms. These guys rock up in like yellow kilts almost, like
Is he a player?
skirts. I don't know if they're a kilt. It's a player. And they just have these like ridiculous reactions to something. If you go to their account, they've got another one where click that first one there. So they strike someone out, and the catcher and the pitcher have the dirty dancing celebration where the catcher runs up to the pitcher and he like lifts him up.
So they're still like
Dirty
a
dancing style.
semi-professional team, right? Like they still have
Semi-professional team, yeah.
Do you reckon they'd
And
go
their
down well with
motto,
opponents?
which I think is, sorry.
No, sorry, I was gonna say, do you reckon it'd go down well with the opponents, or it depends what level of quality the league is, I guess.
Yeah, I think, look, if you, their TikTok bio puts it perfectly. Like, they make baseball fun. They're not, from what it seems, it's not like they're bullying anyone or anything like that. They're just being a bit arrogant or a bit like, it's probably not even arrogant. They're just having a good time. Like, their celebrations are over the top. I think it's just like one of those things that if you're in a more traditional sport, you'd be like, this is a bit on the tooth. But I rate it, bosses.
I rate it so. I can't believe things like this just make me marvel at the powerhouse nature of, again, in America. Like this, from our first look of it, a team is called the Bananas. They're a TikTok, like they're a team angled towards TikTok, and they've got a casual 1.1 million followers. That's bigger than
Bananas.
It's bananas. It's bigger than what, 3 Carlton football clubs or something. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible the scale of sport. Even like we always say, but the college sport scene in America is bigger than a national league in Australia. It's crazy.
Completely off topic. Have you been to a college game when you were over in the States?
I've been to. What have I been to? I've been to a couple of college football games. I've also been to a high school football game.
Which was more hectic? I assume
the college one was crazy. They have like marching bands and stuff. Yeah. But even the amount of people that rock up to a high school football game is silly. Like,
so passionate. You gotta love it. Like that passion.
I guess for a lot of people it's like sport is a what's the word? Like a pathway into a better education, better life, all that kind of stuff. So you can see why they put a whole bunch of importance on it. But yeah, they love it, man. They rate it. And I was lucky enough to the college that I attended. They weren't like a big sports school, but they were at the top of their division in the NCAA. I think that's what it's called in basketball. And I got to go to one of their final games where they won to go into the playoffs or whatever it was. And that was electric because that was a home game. And it was just like as many people crammed into that stadium, which wasn't big, as possible. And then like a massive, massive party afterwards. It was huge. It was just a lot of fun like that. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just going to say like that energy of like, and I think that's why college sport is perhaps so big, is because it's like your community football, but it's on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Like everyone there supports that team.
Yeah. I think that's what always gets me is what always gets me is the crowd. It might not even be the stadium size, but it's so jam-packed that it genuinely looks amazing on TV, but it looks shithouse to be in if you're there.
Yeah.
Like the atmosphere, yes, but if you actually just want to watch a game, they're so tight
Oh, you wouldn't be able to.
together. Yeah, it's just a different experience.
But highly recommend if you're in the States or you can't afford to go, because that's the other thing, like actual professional sports like the NHL, the NFL, the NBA can be expensive, but it's cheaper. But those two big codes, they're expensive to go to.
Just get COVID tested after it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anyone's at the MCG, they should probably get COVID tests. There was a shitload of people there.
Get our COVID hats on. Hey, did you know you could bruise your funny bone? Just fun fact. Bruise my funny bone in basketball. There you go, listeners. How interesting is that? Anyway, Mik'd Up. Should we go to?
It's very humorous.
Oh, I just thought didn't know you could do that. But you've got a Mik'd Up.
When you mic me up.
Yeah, maybe that should be our intro because you've got a lot more energy than me in my intro. I'm the cool
Yeah,
cat.
but that's what makes yours good. Anyway, I brought a Mik'd Up this week. Stumbled across this one in my usual 4-hour TikTok. Jeez, we've been gone for a long time.
Wow, yeah, that's not good.
Anyway, I think this one's from the beach volleyball during the Olympics, and this is the actual athlete themselves posting it. Sarah Pavan, Canadian beach volleyballer. And this is great. Like she's subtitled it herself. It's this outburst she's having at another player. And the caption is, sometimes I think I just black out when I'm playing sports. So that white line fever. Give it a listen. It's great.
Table in the pool A. Big smiles on the faces of the Canadian team there as they go top of the table in the pool A.
What? It's really interesting that she posted it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean,
be able to laugh at yourself.
Own your own outbursts a little bit.
Yep.
Like Nick Kyrgios always does.
That's a very good point because like in a lot of sports, if you didn't like, she sort of actually played this smart. Like I don't know if it was actually that serious, but obviously if you look at outbursts in sport, like tennis is a great example that you sort of have questions around you and you're like whether it be you as a player or your attitude. But hey, if you take the piss out of yourself, it's sort of closing all those books because it's like, oh, she can have a laugh at herself.
As long as you can like walk away and it's ends on the court or whatever it is. Yeah. It's not like you're holding a personal vendetta.
You're not posting that on TikTok and then the next match you're abusing someone again and you're gonna have to post another TikTok.
Hey, I'm surprised neither of us brought Tom Morris as a Mik'd Up this week.
Oh, that's a bit serious for
Is it too soon?
I'm Mik'd Up. Too soon and a bit serious. I think we should walk over that one. Mik'd Up's a fun segment. Thank you.
Oh, should we have egged him then for being
we can egg him.
Bit of a...
You can probably egg Bevo as well for that.
Egg Bevo. Let's do a quick one. Egg Bevo for not just having a private conversation with someone and degrading them in front of a national audience.
Yeah.
It'd be the bigger person, even if the journalist, like, that's their job.
Even if the person is an egg themselves, as we found out.
I think everyone suspected, but boy, not again. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's like it's not hard to not be that person.
Well, yeah.
You work in an industry. You work in an industry where you know that females are underrepresented and underheard. You work with some of the best female journalists out there at Fox Footy, and you're still reduced to a group chat of your lad mates.
That chat was so lad. That's...
Oh, do you find it appropriate to talk about, like, words like escape you?
It's just
and we've all said dumb shit in our lives, but like, fuck me.
Oh, it's just like we've talked about it before, like we shouldn't constantly be surprised at what humans can be like, but I feel like I always am. Like that we're the same species as so many dodgy people. Let's end the negativity, and by doing that, we'll end the show. No more episodes. No, I mean, we'll end
That's
the
it.
show. No more episodes. No, thank you for tuning, everyone. Sorry we had the week off. Busy lives. We always said that we wouldn't do it if it felt like not a chore, but something that we had to do, and that's what we did. You got to take a break away from these things. So that's what we did. We keep sort of making jokes about a big guest lined up or guests in the making. We're confident we do. We think you'll love this one. I'm not gonna reveal it. I think it's better that way.
Boo.
Boo! You gotta do the head flutter.
The Monty Bird.
No, we do think you'll like this one. Potentially next week. Won't lock it in yet, but no, it's exciting times. We do hope we can get guests more frequently, but it's a tough life out there. Like schedules got to line
Tough
up.
life. Busy time for everyone.
Yeah, especially with medium to big fish. That's all I'll say on that matter. But no, sorry, yeah, Jules, go on.
The other one that I want to say is that we so enjoyed the experience of going live that we want to bring you another live episode. We're going to simplify it completely.
Yes, as we
me
should.
and Barks are going to be in the same building, so there'll be no issues with Zoom or anything like that. It'll be one camera, 2 mics, straight down the barrel. But it will be a Friday night, so we want to give it in advance. We reckon 2 weeks. I reckon we'll go 2 weeks on a Friday night. Let's say that tentatively. But clear your calendars. We want questions. We want interactions. We'll make sure the YouTube comments are on. So if you're watching at home, you'll be able to comment and let us know. But keep that in mind because we're going to have some drinks. We're going to get a bit silly. We're going to have a bit of fun. And we're going to be live on a Friday night.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. I think it would be great if, yes, our beloved listeners could somehow guide the conversation rather than just us two Muppets make it up as we go along. But that's it for this episode 13. We should play that Hutto commentary at the end of that, actually. 13. Thanks for tuning in. Find us on YouTube. Follow us on socials, Footy Nerd. And we'll catch you this week. Thank you, Jules. You've been great as always. And enjoy your Kellogg's. Is that a sponsored t-shirt?
I wish it was. Every week I'm trying to get a new sponsor.
That's our one aim with this podcast. Love you all. Goodbye. Farewell.
Bye.